After ending almost a decade ago, Breaking Bad has never really stopped influencing the wider media landscape and has stayed relevant, whereas other shows like Game of Thrones were almost completely erased from everyone's mind. And with good reason.
What is that?
But some random out there thought, let me make the intelligent Walter White, the crystal meth chef himself, Heisenberg, a poor teenage boy who makes opium, and instead of $737,000 being the main goal, can I interest you in perhaps 10,000 yen? Now, the story of Manshuu Ashen is about Isamu, a teenage boy who's lived an entire life of poverty and wants to save his mother and create a better future for his siblings. And to achieve such a thing in the cruel world of Manshuu Ashen requires you sacrifice your very ethics and morals to do what's necessary, at all costs. And for him, that would be contributing to an opioid crisis. Jesus! I know that the world is shitty, but causing a nationwide drug addiction problem, okay? From there you meet this beautiful badass, Lu Hui, who's the daughter of a Chinese mafia head, and together with Isamu they plan to take over the drug trafficking business in China, and perhaps the entire world. First, let's start with the cast. When it comes to the main character Isamu, he reminds me a lot of Walter White from Breaking Bad almost in every single way. He's someone that is tired and frustrated with his current state of life, just like Walter was, from almost losing his life working for the military just to make a living. The life he was living was not far from hell, especially when he had to be the main caretaker of everyone in the family. Now, as it pertains to his morality, he's still very much headstrong about his ideals, whether it's helping others or being kind and compassionate. The darkness of the underworld life has not really caught up to him. As such, he's still naive and very much optimistic about the different situations he finds himself in. However, if Isamu is the glasses half full kind of guy, then Lee is the glasses of water who gives a fuck kind of girl. She takes into account all possible solutions to a problem and makes sure to find the best course of action while being realistic about it. Lee uses the power and connection she's amassed from her ties to her family to help grow the empire, and as someone that understands the horrors of the underworld, they end up forming a partnership where Isamu is the brains and she's the muscle. And funny enough, in this situation, you would think it would be the opposite. But that brings me neatly along to the themes of the story. The core ideas that the story is trying to tell us is about the ugliness of greed and how the strong use that power to dominate the weak. As the story progresses, you see how greed just consumes people and destroys the lives of individuals, families, and countries alike. I think we'll see the values that Isamu set for himself get tested, just like Walter. When the goal of 10,000 yen is achieved, and you're still making more, would you stop if it's possible you could be dirt rich? I think the art is amazing, especially when it comes to showing euphoric expressions of characters after taking a good puff of that good opium. When these mofos get high as a kite, it feels surreal seeing that facial expressions. It makes the immersion in the story that much easier in my opinion. And the realism plays much into the serious tone it tries to portray about drug trafficking and addiction. But to be honest, the tone of the story is not so consistent about how serious it wants to be. The over-the-top humor made by characters in terms of facial reactions and the ridiculous personas of some antagonists prevents it from leaving a long-lasting impression. Like, Breaking Bad was funny too. The Fly episode of Nothing Happened was peak comedy back in the day. But not once did I feel things were becoming a bit more wholesome. And I can see that as a valid criticism for the story as a whole. Especially once you catch up, the stakes are not as high as in the beginning. So yeah, with this, the story is a fun read with amazing art. And does it have the Breaking Bad blueprint? Yeah. But it's nowhere near in terms of the quality of storytelling. That's it for me. Drop the next manga you want me to talk about next in the comment section. And I'm the Masquerading Menace. And peace.